Hello viewers. Welcome, you're about to embark on a super exciting project. If you've ever wanted to learn how to design a basic deck structure, you're in the right spot. I'm here to guide you through the process step by step. It's easier than you think. The best part, you'll be using pre-built components by me that you can download from the Sketchup cloud. So roll up your sleeves, grab your tools, and let's make that dream deck a reality. I've always loved building things. When I first decided to build a deck, it was quite a struggle. I wasn't sure where to start or how to approach the project. Eventually, I decided to create a 3D diagram of the deck, and that's when I discovered Sketchup. It's an incredibly versatile tool, and I took my time learning how to use it. Fortunately, there are plenty of online tutorials available to help anyone get started with SketchUp. So, let's start. Let's create a new project. Let's download the components from the 3D warehouse. Enter the name exactly as it appears on the screen and press the search button. This will display the downloadable models needed for building your deck. The model we'll be downloading is called Deck Building Materials 1. Click on the download button and the model will be added to your newly created project. For your simplicity, I have provided a drawing of the house elevation with the reference ground. You can make the changes as you need. Now I will separate the materials from the house structure and keep them away from the job site. I will group the house and ground objects into a single unit, allowing me to easily toggle their visibility during the deck building process. I'll then move this group to the origin, ensuring everything is set for construction to begin. Are you ready to construct your deck? Let's do it! Basic residential deck construction can be categorized into three main groups. Support structure, deck floor, railings. Let's save the project and give it a name, such as my 16 by 14 high deck. The tag feature in SketchUp is a powerful tool for organizing and controlling the visibility of objects in your model. Tags are essentially an updated version of what used to be called layers in older versions of SketchUp. Here's how they work. Visibility control. Tags allow you to hide or show specific objects in your model with a single click, making it easier to focus on certain parts of your design. Calculating joist and beam spans involves understanding the load, material, and spacing requirements. You can refer to span tables or use help from the online calculator like build.dexco.com. For joist span calculation, select the lumber species, beam configuration, joist size, on-center spacing and overhang option. For beam span calculation, select the lumber species, beam configuration, joist span, and overhang option. We've finalized our plan. For our 16 by 14 deck, we will use the following specifications. Joist wood, 2 by 10 No. 2 pressure-treated southern pine. Joist span, 12 feet. Joist overhang, 2 feet. Beam wood, 2 by 12 pressure-treated southern pine. Beam span, 7 feet. Beam overhang, 1 foot. Support posts, No. 2 pressure-treated, ground contact southern pine. Post count, 3. Post size, 6 by 6, 8 to 12 feet based on the grading. Footing size, 2 feet by 2 feet by 8 inches at a depth of 24-inch minimum. Chalk lining is a crucial step in creating building drawings once the reference objects have been determined. In this exercise, we assume the floor level is set at 9 feet. This will serve as the initial marking, followed by these steps. Mark the ledger board line, positioned 1 inch below the floor level. Mark the beam line, located 9 1/4 inches below the ledger board line. Mark the post line, placed 11 1/4 inches below the beam line. Indicate the start and end positions of the ledger board. Identify and mark all footer positions. By following these guidelines, the process ensures accurate planning and alignment for the building structure. I'm ready to begin drawing the deck now. Sit back, relax, and enjoy watching the process unfold.